Hey guys, JG here. Before this video gets started, make sure to subscribe to the TMK channel for all of our content. We got JG's Movie Night, we got Look Mono Helmet, and our newest edition, Obscurities of the Silver Screen. Now, it isn't necessarily a new show. Obscurities is a podcast I would do with Remy Grey, and we watched movies we never heard of with zany titles. Now, we're interested in making new episodes for YouTube and podcasting platforms, but in order to do that, we need your help. If you like this podcast and you find it funny, you want more, help us get this video to 1,000 likes. I know that sounds crazy, right? But hey, let's shoot for the moon, why not? Tell your friends about it, share it on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, I don't know, is Tumblr still a thing? Let's do that too. If we all band together, we can resurrect this amazing show. Thanks for listening to my little spiel, and now sit back, relax, and enjoy Obscurities of the Silver Screen.
Last week on Obscurities of the Silver Screen.
JG, quick, hand me the scalpel.
Here, boss.
We only have moments until this bomb detonates inside the patient's chest.
Oh God, we gotta work really fast.
Quick, my hands are sterile, my face is numb, and I'm ready to go.
Oh, my palms are sweating.
All right, knees weak, arms are getting weak, and I'm... First incision. Okay. Okay, first incision. Okay, dive your hands in there. Feel around. Do you feel the bomb?
Yes, there it is.
Do you feel the 3 wires?
Yes.
Okay, pull the green one.
I can't. Which one is
Just
green?
pull the green one. Feel the green. Do you feel the green?
I feel the green.
Oh, yes. Okay, pull it. Pull it now.
Yeah.
Well, we're still alive.
That was good.
Wait, what's that sound? It sounds like the theme song to Obscurities of the Silver Screen.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Obscurities of the Silver Screen. I am JG, that is Remy.
It's me.
Yep, and this is part 2 of a 3-part series on Batman and Robin 1949.
It's fun. It's black and it's white.
And it gets even better.
Yeah.
Like, we hope you enjoyed last week's episode. I know we did. It was so much fun.
I'm hooked and I keep getting bummed because I just want to finish it because now I'm like really curious what's going on.
Because it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And, like, I am so invested in this right now.
It's
and
still 1940s corny, cheesy, bad everything.
I mean, there's some things that are laughable about it, but, like, what's great for me is that I completely forgot everything about this. I mean, there are certain things like, oh, I remember that moment. I remember that character. But like the whole overriding plot, I don't know who the wizard is.
Yeah, they keep throwing curveballs.
And yeah, and there's gonna be more curveballs, ladies and gentlemen, because we have now a new suspect who we think the wizard could be. And we'll get to that later on in this episode, ladies and gentlemen. So we come back to meet our 2 heroes, Batman and Robin.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah, not the other guys.
Yeah.
In Chapter 5. Robin rescues Batman.
Again, with their really fun titles that don't really have anything in the episode.
There's like one chapter in this that kind of had something to do with it. Well,
I guess
2 chapters.
Actually, this one kind of happens.
Not really.
But it's more like a, you good, buddy? And he's like, I'm good. And that's,
so,
I guess, him
if you need a refresher, when last we left our heroes, Batman was like tussling with some goons, and he got electrocuted by a box.
Yeah, there was like a terminal full of beepy boopies.
Yeah.
And he got pushed into it and went zappy zoop up his butt, and then he like fell over in sleepy time.
Yeah, so he's like down for the count right now. And the goons, so that's where we pick up off of this. And the goons, so they leave Batman for dead.
Yeah. They think he's toast.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
You know, like he's all toasty now.
He's all crispy.
Yeah.
Yum.
He's the other white meat.
Okay. I'll take it.
And now he'd be like, I'm dark meat.
No, I'm like totally dark meat.
Ah, yes, the return of, hey, boss.
What, Robin?
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I tripped and fell onto that box of electric.
Well, the goons are gone.
The what?
Yeah, the goons are gone.
Why are they gone?
I don't know.
How long was I out for?
You were out for like 2 seconds.
Wow. Sorry.
That's literally how long he's out for, though. It's like 2 seconds.
It really is.
But in that time, like the goons escape to the building across the way.
Yeah, they
using
open up a window, and then the goon in the other building is like, "Hey, you guys, I got this ladder. Let's make a bridge out of a ladder." And he like shoves the ladder across windows, and then they like crawl.
They crawl across it.
They don't really show it, but I was actually thinking of how silly it would be to see like 5 dudes just like kind of crawling across the ladder.
And nobody down the street's going like, "Hey, why are those guys crawling across the ladder?"
There are no witnesses ever in this,
No,
I've noticed.
never.
That's kind of been a thing that was bugging me.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a few
true.
big moments in this that are like...
It's like, why is there nobody around?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the 1940s. It was a lawless time. We need to put that on a t-shirt.
It will be a t-shirt.
A lawless time.
We've
That's going
said
to
it
probably
enough.
That'll be our first merchandise item.
Yeah.
Will be It Was a Lawless Time.
Yeah.
It's written in stone. All right.
Oh no, we're gonna make a watch that just says it's a lawless time and has no hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's literally the most useless watch ever. It's just a face. you know, with no hands.
Either that or it would just be like decades that it points towards. We'll figure it out. We'll fix it in post.
Yeah. We're gonna patent that probably.
Yeah.
Fix it in post. All right, so Batman and Robin they hop into a police car then to chase these goons because
Right.
like I don't know where the Batmobile is, but they're like police car, let's just hop in with them. Hop in with them.
Speaking of Batman and Robin
Speaking of humping.
humping in a car, I always think it's so silly because like I think it's the first episode of this serial. They like drop Vicky Vale off as Bruce and Dick, and then they're like, "All right, bye, Vicky." And then they start to put up the back of the convertible, and then they start
taking off their clothes.
Yeah, and I'm like, does Vicky just think like, damn, Bruce is like all over the place lately?
Bruce is he's very fluid with
Playboy.
his playboy philanthropist, millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Who apparently like isn't famous.
Right.
Because we'll
in this
get to that.
series,
Yeah, in this episode we will talk about how it's like, how do people not know?
I don't think that they even really mention like Wayne Enterprises. I think that it's just
and that's something I want to check out with the comic books is like, was he at this time, because this time we're 10 years into Batman in the comic books, like did they set that up that he is like this the heir to the Wayne fortune and that he is he's a millionaire, he's a rich person in the comic
he has
books.
the Wayne fortune,
But
and
like,
everything.
is he like the head of Wayne Enterprises or like?
I don't think that was.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'd have to do some
could be
background
stand
work.
corrected. Yeah, do some background.
If any of our listeners are like huge Batman fans, like we are, and you know more about the history of like the early history of Batman, let us know. In the comments section of any of our social media platforms and even on Podbean. Also, too, like guys, please rate us wherever you listen to us. It helps us get seen on the wherever we have our podcasts, and more people can listen to us that way.
Yeah.
So please do that. And anyway, back into the episode now.
Now that we did our plug for ourselves,
right? Okay. They hump in the car and then they chase. Well, this is where it got me confused. Somehow they were chasing the goons, and then somehow they started chasing the wrong car.
Right.
Because there was like this car with nobody in it that's being controlled by the wizard.
Right.
I don't know where the switch off happened, but it happened somewhere.
It happened off screen.
Yeah. And then we find out that... Remember Jimmy, ladies and gentlemen? He's one of the goons.
Yeah, he pilots stuff. He was the plane.
He's so good at flying.
Plane driver.
He's so good at flying planes.
Oh, he's so good at flying planes and driving cars and being photogenic when he shouldn't be.
Yeah. Well, we have a huge plot twist, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy is revealed to be Vicky Vale's brother.
A brother. They both had the same mama.
And the same dada.
The same dada.
Yeah. And so, like, and how we find this out is that, like, Vicky has, like, when she took a picture, because she was at this, where
she was at the scene
when the
goons
crime,
arrived.
Yeah, when the goons arrived, and she snapped a picture, and Jimmy was driving the car.
Yeah, so she's like, holy shit,
that'd
my
be
my bro.
Yeah. So, like, she calls him up, and is like, hey, Jimmy, I know you're working for the wizard, what's going on,
And Jimmy's just like, oh, I'm in a tight spot.
Yeah, and it's like, here, we need to meet together, and bring all your prints and all your negatives.
Yeah, because we need to destroy those.
Yeah.
Because you want to help me out, right?
Right.
Am I right, sis? And she's like, yeah, whatever.
Because I love you, bro, whatever, yeah.
I'm Vicky Vale.
I'm a photographer for Pictures magazine.
Which is something that she says.
Yeah, she's which like, well, yeah, there are pictures in magazines.
Whoa, you're that photographer from Pictures magazine?
Yeah, I am.
I love looking at those pictures.
Well, I'm glad you like looking at pictures. Wow, I don't have a voice crack.
What was that? What was that just happened?
Shit, he's figuring me out.
Miss?
Bye.
Okay, goodbye.
Gotta take more pictures for Pictures magazine.
Goodbye, pretty lady.
Yeah. Anyway, so she goes to meet Jimmy, but she does not see Jimmy around. Instead, she's greeted by Nolan. Remember Nolan, guys? The other goon, Nolan?
I feel like we didn't name any of the goons last time. Because
we did. Nolan and Jimmy were the two.
Oh, that's
named.
right. Yeah.
There are two more we find out or at least one more.
Earl.
Earl and Neil are two
yeah.
ones that we were introduced to in this episode.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Nolan meets up with Vicky, and she's like, and she's like, well, where's Jimmy? Who the hell are you? And all
And
this
he's
stuff.
like, fuck you. I'm gonna take those pictures. Jimmy ain't here.
I mean, yeah, essentially that's what he says. You
Yeah.
know, he just like grabs her and it's like, give me those pictures.
Yeah, and he like takes her purse. It looks like a mugging, kind of
Yeah.
shoves her, and then she falls and is like, oh, me.
But then Batman and Robin show up and they get into a tussle with Nolan, and then these other goons
they
show
like
up.
jump out of the bushes.
Yeah.
Like it was a whole ambush.
Yeah.
Ambush.
Yeah.
And then during the tussle, there's like a little campfire that apparently is just going on. Yeah. Like, I mean, it is kind of a little campsite in a park, but apparently there is a fire that's lit.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of strange. Whatever. Moving on from that.
Right.
They get into a tussle. During the tussle, somebody kicks the photographs directly into the campfire.
Yes, they do.
And then they start crisping.
That they do. And so it's kind of like, race against time. Got to get, those negatives like out of the fire before they burn up, and then, the evidence is gone.
Yeah.
Because then they could identify those goons from the car.
Yeah.
And but they fail to do so. But it's okay because Batman gets a hold of the negative that's charred and uses
And does his bat science.
yeah, and
which
uses
I
like
love.
magical mist.
So what he does is he's after the tussle, they lose the fight. The goons get away.
Right.
They grab the remains of the photograph and put it in this like thing in the Batcave. It's like it's essentially just like a glass stand. It's the Beauty and the Beast rose
Oh, yeah,
thing.
that kind
what
of
they
thing.
hold the rose in.
Yeah.
Except it's got like a little nozzle that he turns and just smoke comes up.
Yeah.
And Robin's like, "Oh, what you doing? What you doing with that?" And then Batman's like, "Oh, Robin, you wouldn't understand. It's bat science. I'm going to replace the molecules of the photograph, and then we're gonna take a picture of it."
I don't think you can do that, Batman. That's
No,
just
just watch. It's I totally understand this.
that's some witchcraft. I think.
Okay, the smoke's totally full, and I'm just gonna shake the fuck out of it for a second.
Whoa, Batman!
Get all
That's
that
so
smoke
crazy.
out. Okay, and then I'm gonna put it in between these two glass panes. They're infrared panes, and then Robin, can you hand me that camera?
Yeah, here you go, boss.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm gonna take a photo of the negatives, and then we're gonna develop that.
Okay. I mean, that's exactly what
Yeah.
happens. They take a photo of the negative,
Yeah.
which is weird. But I guess it makes sense, sort of, for 1940s Batman
It's
science.
lawless time.
Yeah, lawless time. So then, so then they were able to like see the negative and be like, all right, now we have the picture.
Yeah.
And then remember Professor Hamill, ladies and gentlemen, who's the creator of the machine that can control cars. Yeah,
remote.
stuff. The remote control stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we see him again, and he gets into his erection chair, and he gets a full body erection again.
Yeah. And stands up.
Yep.
And can walk again.
Takes his black gloves.
like he does.
Yep.
Walks into his fireplace.
Yeah. And then we get a shot of the wizard walking into his cave. And that's why it's like, okay, so is he the wizard? He must be the wizard because every time they show him, getting in the erection chair, then the wizard comes out.
But his voice is not the wizard's voice. Anytime we see
But
Professor
we don't
Hamill,
know.
he's like...
We've never heard Professor Hamill speak after he's been in his erection
after he
chair.
has an erection.
Yeah, after he has an erection.
Because I know anytime I have an erection, my voice goes like 10 octaves lower.
Yeah. If
or
erection,
higher, depending if it's
if
a
erection
small
lasts
erection.
longer than 4 hours, narrate a March of the Penguins movie.
Who narrated that?
Morgan Freeman.
That's who it is.
Yep.
Oh, biggest erection ever.
So then, the wizard the wizard appears. Wizard's in his cave, and then Nolan appears, and he is told to get rid of Jimmy.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
just like kill him.
But then he's like, no, Jimmy's a good guy, and Wizard's like, well, watch him then.
Yeah.
Fucking watch
Wizard
him.
says, "I'll make him your responsibility."
Yeah. And so then the goons somehow capture Vicky Vale.
Because that was the wizard's second order.
Right.
Is go get Vicky.
Get Vicky Vale.
Yeah.
So then, they capture Vicky Vale, and they're gonna, like, I don't know, throw her over
they're
the
like-
They're at the docks.
They're at the down at the docks.
They're down at the docks, and they're
It's
gonna,
where
like,
all the
throw
bad guys
her
hang
into the
out.
water, and plunge her and whatnot.
And they give her like the bandana that just immediately makes you silent
Yeah.
over your mouth. Which I think is kind of silly. Because
I know, right?
I've totally had a weird, I don't know what circumstances I've been in, but I totally have had a bandana over my mouth, and you can totally be like, hey, I can still totally talk.
Right.
Yeah, but she's just totally silent and just like,
But then, like, the bandana falls at one point, and she, like, yells out, she lets go a huge scream. Yeah, basically.
Like that.
But it's okay, because Batman's, like, right there.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, I'm going to take these fuckers down. And
And so he does his classic Batman run,
Yeah.
which for some reason this actor keeps doing the like surprised hands up,
Yeah.
where he like has his hands up like by his shoulders, palms out, and is looking like ooh, ooh. It's like a gesture doing like a you don't see me, you don't see me.
Right.
And he like runs.
And so, so then, like, then they start shooting at Batman, but he's behind these gasoline
he
barrels.
dives behind gas
yeah,
barrels.
Yeah, which is like, I don't think that's a great place to be standing when they're shooting at you, but okay.
Like as they're shooting, they like pop, pop, pop,
And then some
he,
holes,
like,
start like,
pouring out some
pouring
gas.
out some gas
and
into
then
the
he
water.
like pokes his little bat head out,
Yeah.
like, oh, you didn't quite get me. And then they like shoot again, and he's like, oh, and
Yeah.
then goes back.
But then like they get into a fist fight, and Vicky like falls into the water.
Yeah.
And so then Batman jumps in after her.
With an overdramatic dive.
Yeah. He dives.
He almost did a front flip. I think he overcompensated.
Yeah, he was trying to look cool.
Kind of chaotic.
And then the goons like they decide to throw a lantern into the water.
Yeah.
And I guess because
There
the
was gas in the
gasoline,
water.
which there wasn't enough, it would have dissipated. But whatever. Their logic is there's gas in the water, so the water catches on fire.
entire river lights on fire.
Yeah, the entire ocean just like erupts in flames. Yeah. And it's like, oh, I don't think there was enough gas to cause that reaction, but sure, why
Sure,
not?
yeah.
Yeah, it is 1940s.
And then Batman and Vicky vanish in the fire.
Yeah, and that's the end of chapter 5.
Yeah, so we're like, oh, damn, they dead. What's going to happen
What's
next?
going to happen next? Well, the next chapter, chapter 6, is called Target Robin.
Ba-ba-ba!
Which I don't know what the fuck that title means now that I
Target.
think about it.
Robin. Well, because all the titles are nonsense.
I know, yeah. So,
I think that they like write the titles first and then they film it and they're like, oh, fuck, we forgot about the title.
we forgot about the titles.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, well, too late now. We
Yeah.
can't change them now.
Yeah.
So we see Batman and Vicky in the water again. But they somehow escape. Like, they never really show how they escape. They just escape.
Yeah,
you know?
that's kind of how most of these, like, the end is always a cliffhanger, and then the beginning is just like,
Oh, we're fine.
And they're
They're
nothing
fine.
happened.
Yeah. And so Batman and Robin are able to capture one of the goons, whose name is Mac.
Yeah.
They're able to
Mac.
capture him, yeah. Oh, yeah, and then Robin at one point, because Batman's like, oh, we got to take this guy back to Commissioner Gordon. And Robin says, something tells me you have a plan.
And then Batman says, yes, I am. And we, like, paused it. We were like, wait.
Wait, what did you say?
And he, like, drives off, and that's the end of the scene.
He's like, that's not...
Wait,
not-
wait, can you give me one of those really quick? Like I just, like, put him into the car. I'm like, oh, God, so heavy.
Something tells me you got a plan.
Yes, I am.
Wait, Batman, that doesn't make sense. That's not grammatically correct. Batman! Hey, Batman!
I can't hear you from
Hey, you
over here.
left me back
I
here, you
can't hear-
fucking asshole!
I'm driving far away.
I'm not walking all the way here. I'm walking. You're right. You are.
Yes, I am.
It was really weird. Yeah, and it's just like,
I think he just misread the line. Like,
Yeah.
it's something weird happened, and they
or
just
maybe he said yes, I have, but it sounded like yes, I am.
no. He straight up said
I know,
yes, I am.
I know. Oh, anyway, moving on. So then Bruce Wayne decides to go undercover.
Yeah. Oh,
goes,
he's
dun,
so
dun,
secret.
dun, dun. Yeah, he's so sneaky.
secret.
Yeah. And so like he
So
goes
he puts
undercover
on-
as Mac.
Which is like a dude that these mobsters have been working close with. Like they
For
know
a
him.
while.
They know him on a first name basis. There's like 5 of these mobsters, so they're all like buddies. They know
Yeah.
each other's faces. And Bruce is like, I'm just gonna be Mac.
Yeah, I'm Mac. And
So he puts on like a bandage that like goes all the way around his dome, and
Covers his right eye.
wraps around his right eye, and then he's wearing like one of the mobster, classic like suit and fedoras.
yeah.
And I guess Bruce is just like, fuck it, this is fine.
Yeah.
It'll
And-
work. And then he has Mac's wallet that has his ID.
Yeah.
So he can flash that his name is Mac. I
But yeah,
guess.
and then the thing is like they're like, oh, who are you? It's like, oh, it's me, Mac. It's like, I got into a tussle. It's like, but I escaped. Wait, how'd you escape Batman? It's like, well, I got away. Nobody gets away. I did. So what's this plan we got going here?
Yeah, he immediately starts like questioning the
Yeah,
mobsters.
it's like,
and
dude,
they're
you're
like,
not being good undercover right now. You're totally giving away your position.
When they say, how did you get away from Batman? He's like, well, I got caught by Robin, and I got away from his punk ass.
Yeah.
Like, he like downplays
Totally
Robin.
throws Robin under the bus.
Bruce just being an asshole.
I know, right?
Yeah, but then
He's like,
he
what's
starts,
the plan? It's
Yeah.
like,
They're like, well, we're at like stage 4, and he's like, stage 4. Like,
yeah,
Tell me
yeah.
more.
Yeah, stage 4. I'm excited to hear about that. It's
they're like, dude, Mac, you like made that plan.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Like-
they didn't say that, but
right. Well, I got hit on the head pretty hard, so maybe you could refresh my memory, and all
and
this.
they do. Like, they just
Yeah. He was like, well, what we're gonna do is this. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's being so suspicious the entire time.
The thing that he says is he's like, I want to come down into the secret lair, and they're like, Mac, you never want to go to the secret
yeah,
lair.
you never want to be part of anything we do.
Yeah, you're like a fucking asshole, Mac. Why do you want to
It's
suddenly
like,
be
well,
involved?
now I do.
He said because he got caught by Batman, now he can lay low,
Yeah, I don't.
which
fucking
means
know.
by going into the secret lair. I don't
That
know.
makes no sense.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, so then Robin follows him because like he and the rest of the gang, they go to another hideout.
Yeah. They do
And-
the whole sub.
Yeah,
and-
right.
Oh no!
They just go to like,
they go
like
the-
a safe house, like
Yeah,
kind of area.
yeah.
And Robin follows them.
and sees
and-
the biggest cigarette in the world.
Yeah,
There's okay.
That's right,
so
because Bruce is smoking, and then he throws a cigarette to let
like,
Robin know
a
like,
little
follow this
breadcrumb
way.
trail. Yeah. So Robin comes to what is literally a flare in the road, and it's making this giant plume of smoke.
Yeah.
Like it is huge. Like it's about to start a fire in the Hollywood Hills that this is filmed in.
Yeah, in Griffith Park or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just kind of like, Jesus Christ, that's
and
a lot of
then
smoke.
like the camera zooms in and it's like a cigarette, and then
Yeah.
it zooms back out and it's a flare.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
I mean, I know cigarettes were insane back then, and they were so good for you.
Right,
Yeah.
they improved your lung capacity, and they were so good for your health.
Yeah.
They made you live longer.
Yeah, they-
now they just kill people.
Like it's the government, man. They switched that shit up.
Switch that shit up,
Yeah.
man. Government conspiracies, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. We got our tinfoil hats on, man.
I always wear one.
Yeah.
I also wear tinfoil underwear. That's why I crinkle anytime I move.
So anyway, then they go to the second hideout, and Nolan like discovers that Bruce isn't Mac because he just takes off his bandage. It's like, you're not Mac. Who are you then?
He does say, "You're not Mac. You look like
Yeah,
Mac,"
Mac.
and like squints and like
Yeah.
gets in close, and he's like, "But
You're not Mac.
Yeah.
And then here's like, wait, how do they not know that he is Bruce Wayne? And this is like, so Bruce
because
isn't
this
famous
series,
then, huh?
Yeah, the series has not made Bruce like a famous,
Yeah.
well-known.
So that's where it's like,
celebrity.
okay, Bruce must not be famous.
He hasn't appeared in Pictures magazine yet.
No, so nobody knows who he is. I'm surprised because he and Vicky hang out all the time.
Yeah, which they don't really have a romantic relationship.
No,
It's just like
I
Vicky
think it's because of like the Hays Code at the time. The film Hays Code.
Yeah,
that is like
yeah, like,
but
you
and
can't
it's like
have
supposed to be for
that.
children, so it's
Yeah.
like we don't want any like relationshipy thing. At
We can
all.
have punching and shooting and
Yeah, but kissing, ew.
and Bruce and Dick getting changed in the same car
yeah,
is
but
fine.
kissing, no,
Yeah.
can never happen.
Nope.
So moving right along.
So they find out that Bruce is not Mac.
Yeah.
But they don't think that he's Bruce. They're just like, who's this
Who
weird
the hell
guy?
are you? You better tell us who you are.
Or-
Yeah, he's a friend of Max.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, I just wanted to
Like,
know
I
the
wanna-
action.
yeah, I wanna
It's like,
get
well, why
in
didn't
on
you just
this.
tell us that in the first place? He's like, well, I thought you didn't believe me. You wouldn't believe me. Well, I don't believe you now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And this entire time, Robin is like peering from a window, and he takes out this little flashlight. He turns it on.
I actually owned one of these. Of course, it wasn't the same like 1940s symbol that looks like a weird butterfly, but because it's very like round. It's the same general idea of the classic Batman symbol that you see nowadays, where it's like the ears and the wings make that little swoopy, and then it's pointy on the bottom. Except it's all just round bubble shapes, so it's just kind of this weird blob. So Robin shines that through, and then they're like, whoa, that's the Batman symbol. That means Batman must be nearby. I don't know why they didn't immediately think this guy's Batman.
Right.
They just thought Batman's outside.
Yeah, so
So they send all the goons outside of the hideout to go hunt them down. And one goon turns the corner that Robin's hiding behind. Robin trips him and then runs away. And I'm like, dude, if you just stayed hidden, he just would have ran past you.
Yeah, but then they do get Robin and they bring him inside.
Because he fucking tripped a dude.
Yeah.
And like he just grabbed him.
And then they're like, all right. So Nolan goes to tells Bruce, is like, who he does knows is Bruce, but he tells Bruce, all right, prove your loyalty. Shoot Robin. We were like, oh, shit.
Yeah. And he says, this gun has 2 bullets, so
don't
you
waste
better
them.
make them count.
And the first shot, and he's like, no tricks. First shot, he shoots Robin, and Robin goes down for the count.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how they did, like, how...
They
like,
didn't explain
it. But, like, Robin goes down for the count, and the goons, like, go to, like, get him, and then he just pops up and starts, like, punching these motherfuckers.
I imagine it is just, like, bulletproof vest or something.
Right, yeah.
Or, like... I mean, I guess that just meant like a metal plate, like back in the day.
Right, yeah.
Like, they didn't have like Kevlar.
Right, yeah. And so...
And then second shot, Bruce takes out the light bulb.
Right, yes. And so they both escape. And then Batman calls Gordon, and then Gordon says that Mac has talked, and that he named the next location of the... Gordon dubs them, the Remote Control Gang.
Which I love.
Right? The Remote Control Gang is terrorizing the city. But the next location they're gonna, like, you know, bombard or raid or whatever.
Ransack. Bamboozle.
Bamboozle. And so then, which is this warehouse. I don't know what is in this warehouse that they're going after, but they go to this warehouse.
Empty cardboard boxes.
That's exactly what's in this warehouse. But no, not this one. A different one.
Oh.
Yeah. And so because Batman and Robin go inside to this warehouse after the goons, but the goons trap them inside the warehouse and pump CO2 into the warehouse.
Yeah.
So Batman and Robin are suffocating in there.
Yeah.
And then...
Suspense and thrills with Robin and Batman, Commissioner Gordon, and Vicky Vale.
Chapter 7. Fatal Blast.
Fart blast.
Fart blast. Woo! Blows up the warehouse.
Yeah.
So, this was one of the funnier escaping that Batman and Robin had.
I love this series so much.
Batman gives Robin, essentially,
just like a meth pipe. It's just like this, you know, like that glass long stem with the little bowl at the end, and then it's got more of a stem for like the carb, and they're just like sucking on that.
Yeah, and they both have one. So
and it's like a straw, and apparently that's like something that you can just breathe through and it cleanses the air. But also the size of it is like, it's like, all right, we can breathe now.
Yeah.
Like, you can't breathe through a straw. Like, that doesn't work.
Right.
I mean, you can, but not very well.
Yeah, so it made no sense, but it's like, sure, okay,
but it works.
that was, it works for them.
And then
they
Batman also pulls out his, like, little, like, solder, or, like, welding, steel cutter. Sorry, that took me a second.
Yeah.
He's got, like, this weird steel cutter thing that takes fucking forever.
Yeah, almost as long as it took Qui-Gon Jinn to, like, go through the blast doors. And,
yeah.
But to be fair, Qui-Gon Jinn had a lot more layers to go through.
Sure. Also, he's cutting through the door and he's making like this little hole so he can reach his arm out and then like grab the other side and open it. Apparently, like he's not cutting through the lock; he's just cutting through the door to reach to the other side.
Like, you could have cut through the lock.
And then instead of making like a circle and then like punching it out like you see in every fucking movie, he makes like a C and then just like punches until the C like opens up. He like bends the metal joint that he just made.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, it's like, but dude, just finish it. Like you're fine. You have your meth pipe. You're good.
You might as well, yeah. Yeah, so that was again. I love this series
Yeah.
so much.
Because in theory, like on paper, it kind of makes sense and it's a cool concept and
Yeah,
it's full of
but
twists and
in
practice.
practice,
but
it
when
just
you
does-
see it,
yeah,
it's just like,
what the fuck is
guys,
this? Guys,
come on.
come on, let's think this through.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then the news reports that Batman and Robin are dead.
Yeah.
Barry Brown is back on the case. and he
Dude,
says-
Barry Brown is a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
he
kick
says
his
Batman
ass.
and Robin are dead, and poor old Alfred is sitting in Wayne Manor next to the radio, clutching his pearls. Well, his heart.
Right,
But
right.
if he had pearls, he'd be clutching them. Just
Yeah.
like, oh no, oh no. And then Bruce and Dick like show up behind him and give him a fucking heart attack. And
Yeah.
like, we're fine. And he's
He's
like,
just
oh,
like,
fuck.
"Oh."
Oh God, you're here.
For the record, it was kind of funny because JG and I forgot like what the actor that played Alfred was.
You're like,
because-
who the fuck is this
because
old man?
He only appeared in like a few scenes.
Like the first episode.
Yeah. So then it just cuts to this old man, and then all of a sudden, like Bruce and Dick are just like breaking into this guy's house, and they're gonna like attack him.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought for a
Shit.
hot second.
Guys, hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
But
was
instead, like Alfred's happy to see them, and like, holy shit, like glad you're alive.
funny. Right. And so then all three, Bruce, Dick, and Alfred, all think that Brown is in on it somehow. It's like, well, how does he know?
I think that Brown is totally in on it.
Me too. Like, somehow he's in on it.
I don't know if I think he's the wizard. I
Somehow he's related to his.
Yeah.
To this. And we do get an answer later on.
Right,
In
right,
another episode.
right.
So, moving right along, the wizard says he's going to stop the trains for 5 minutes as
Just to,
warning
like, it's like
to
a
show
flex.
his power. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm strong.
Yeah.
I
I
flip
turn
switches.
knobs and I look in my looky-loo box.
Oh, what do they call it?
Telescreen, teleview.
Teleview. That's what it was called.
Teleview,
Yeah. Televiewer.
yeah.
Televiewer.
Televiewer, nice.
Yeah. We like looky-loo box though.
Yeah, looky-loo or peekaboo box
Peekaboo
is
box.
pretty
Yeah,
good too.
that's a good one too.
Because he just looks into it and he can see whatever the fuck he wants.
Yep.
He can see miles away. He can
Yep.
see for miles and miles and miles. The song. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see for my. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So then, Professor Hamill uses the erection chair again.
Yeah.
And
he gets real hard,
Yeah, and
stands
then-
up, puts on his gloves.
Yep. Wizard appears, flips on switches, and the trains stop. And then Harrison, this man named Harrison, who's the head of the railroad company, he is like, I'm going to personally investigate this. This is a travesty, and I'm going to investigate who did this. Who's this wizard man? Aha.
I like that exclamation
Yeah.
with no follow-up.
Aha.
Nah.
And so then Batman and Robin go to find Harrison because they know that, if Harrison's
That
going to
he's
do
an
this,
important person.
Yeah, and then, the goons are going to want to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
So,
They want to fondle him.
yeah. And so then,
Sorry, I meant like rough him up. And fondle was just
well,
the
they're not
first
going to
thing.
fond. They're not going to rough him up. They're just going to like protect. Oh, the goons are going to rough him up.
Yeah, exactly. Batman's not going to go like fondle Harrison.
Harrison.
Oh, Harrison.
What are you doing, sir?
I'm just here to protect you. Just
Hey. Keep
calm.
those hands above the belt.
Hold on. Here. What's that over there? Fondle.
But anyway, so like Batman and Robin are like going after Harrison. Then they notice that Vicky Vale is like following them.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And they
oh my
stop.
god. This is the craziest
Yeah.
scene. It is the weirdest interaction I have possibly ever seen on film. It is so bizarre. So Vicky Vale is driving, coming full speed at Batman, and he like. No, he doesn't do the bat dance to slow her down. That's okay. That's later.
That's later. Yeah.
So he just like
yeah.
jumps on the car. He like jumps on the side.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Holy shit! There's a Batman on my car!" And then like stops. And then Batman reaches in, slaps the fuck her hat off,
Yeah.
and then just begins a casual conversation.
Yeah. And then she's like, I noticed you're driving Bruce Wayne's car.
Bum bum bum.
Yeah.
She's totally onto this.
And we were
shit.
talking about that in the first episode, the first part of this. Like, why doesn't anybody know that's the same fucking car?
Well, obviously
Yeah.
because they have the roof down and then they have the roof up.
Right, but license plate.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, Vicky's like, I have good mind to think you're both the same person, or maybe you're just close friends.
And then Batman leans
Like,
in.
yeah, we're just close friends. Shut up now, woman. Kind of thing.
Batman leans in and he's like, "Well, you're definitely not going anywhere without your car keys." And then
Yeah.
he like jingle jangles her car keys, and she's like, "What?" And he's like, "You're totally gonna be stranded here. It's dangerous. So stay here, and we're gonna come back. In fact, I'm not gonna come back, but Bruce Wayne totally is. I'm
Yeah.
gonna call him because fuck."
Yeah. And then they just
Like,
leave.
Yeah.
So then the goons are sitting in their hideout.
Wait, but isn't that weird? The Batman straight up says Bruce Wayne's coming. Like,
Yeah.
how does he know him? Isn't that kind of a tip that he's Bruce Wayne?
Maybe they're just
It
friends.
is- but why? That's too close of a connection. If I was totally somebody else, I would be non-related to them in every possible way.
I know, but Bruce helps the police out as well. So, because he's basically a private detective for them. Yeah.
I went to law school.
I went to police school.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. So then the goons are like sitting in their hideout and they're watching from their hideout as the wizard stops Harrison's car. And so they say, okay, we got to go out and get him now.
Yeah.
And so Harrison and his driver, Martin, are figuring out what's going on with their car.
Also, Martin has taken so many kung fu classes.
Oh, yeah. And we're about to find out his powers.
He's a
man.
fucking badass.
Yeah,
he fights better than
fights-
Batman.
yeah, he
okay, we'll get
does.
there. We'll get there. We'll get
No,
there.
we're about to get there because
Yeah.
the goons then try to capture Harrison, but Martin, like, decks two of them. He
Yeah.
just does a nice sucker punch to one of the guys.
And he's quick too.
Yeah,
like
super fast. Oh, he's so fast.
We've talked about like the fight scenes before and how Robin is actually like jumping to his feet and like doing cool like stage combat
Batman's
shit.
a shitty fighter, really.
Really, he
Because he
kind
just
of is.
jumps on
He's-
people and
he's a little schlubby.
flaps his cape around.
Yeah,
Flaps.
He kind of goes to like Vanilla Ice powers where nobody else can fight back towards him until he has to lose a fight.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's weird. The whole game's rigged.
it is.
But Martin, on the
It's
other
like
hand,
someone wrote the screenplay. Whoa.
What? But yeah, no, but Martin, on the other hand, just like clocks these two dudes and they're done.
Yeah. But then a couple goons take off with,
they,
with
like, group 'em
Harrison.
up. Yeah.
Well, yeah, with Harrison. And so Batman says, I'm going to go after Harrison. You stay here, help out the driver, Martin. And so Robin helps out Martin. But, and Batman gets rid of the goons and gets Martin. But someone in the goons' hideout, he leaves this package inside the house. And when I forgot this. Batman gets Harrison, and then Harrison's response is, Batman! It's you, Batman!
Ah, Batman.
He's like, what the fuck is... Batman!
Man. It's man.
It's Batman! So Batman and Harrison go into the safe house for God knows why.
Yeah, to
Rendezvous.
Like, talk.
Yeah.
I guess it's safe.
Hideout.
It's a safe house.
It's a safe house. It is
Yeah.
a safe place. But it's not so safe, is it?
No.
Because all of a sudden, all the clocks are going really fast. And then this...
Even Harrison's watch.
Yeah, even Harrison's watch is going fast. And this box that was put in there, this package that they call...
Before they even notice the package, the fucking curtains light on fire.
Yeah, lights on fire.
And they're like, what's happening?
Yeah. And so the whole thing, it gets engulfed in flames and it explodes.
Yeah.
And then...
Batman,
So, like,
Batman.
guys, if it ends in an explosion or a fire, it's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So then we go on to Chapter 8.
Wait a second.
Oh,
For the
yes.
record, the entire place explodes.
Oh, yeah, it's to smithereens.
Yeah. Like, they show the entire safe house explode
There
with
is
Batman and
nothing
Harrison
left.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then,
Chapter 8.
And then, da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Yes. So then we're up to Chapter 8. We're called Robin Meets the Wizard.
And I was so excited because I was thinking, like, oh shit, Robin's gonna, like.
Now, what's funny, though, I'm just thinking about this now. At the end of episode 7, they're like, what was this mysterious package? Like, they're going to answer it in the next episode, and they never do.
Nope.
So, oh well.
I mean, maybe we'll find out next episode?
I don't know.
But we'll.
Like, we haven't found out in the next 2 episodes that we watched in this.
Right.
So, who knows?
I feel like there's a lot of shit that they throw at this, and then they only stick to the main plot line.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Robin Meets the Wizard starts out with, the goons dip because they hear... the Batmobile has this cool thing where they can turn on a siren to make people think that the police are coming.
Which is, like, clever
yeah,
or
but this
whatever.
is the second time they've used it. So the goons are like, "No, we know this. This
Yeah.
isn't gonna.
They're
it's
smart.
Not the
They're on
police."
top of it now.
But then someone says, "But I see a car coming. Oh shit, we better go then."
Yeah.
And then Batman and Harrison emerge from the rubble of the house.
Out of a little, like,
They're in a
cellar
secret
door.
door, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
So again,
Yeah.
at the cliffhanger, it just means nothing. Like,
yeah.
everybody's fine.
everybody's fine
Yeah.
as usual. And then that car that the goons saw pulls up, and it's Vicky Vale. Wait,
So-
what happened? She had her keys taken from her.
Right. Also, I also feel like every time they start a new episode, they just like forgot what happened last episode.
It's kind of poorly.
Maybe she like hitchhiked, and this is
no,
like,
it's still her car.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So then, the wizard says that he's gonna hold he wants a ransom. If he doesn't get a ransom, he's gonna like blow up all the trains or whatnot.
Yeah. Isn't it like stopping traffic forever? Or
Yeah,
whatever?
or maybe something to do with.
He does that at some point.
Yeah. So Batman comes up with an idea.
Batman.
Yes. He comes up with an idea to give a ransom to the wizard, but use radioactive bills so that they can track the bills. So he can see where the bills are, where the hideout is. Maybe it can lead to the wizard.
Right.
So they do that, and it gets thrown off. And so they do it the way the wizard asks them to. It gets thrown off one of Harrison's trains. So
And
that
the goons are
going
going to pick it up and then take it.
But Batman and Robin are watching from the sky.
Because they're in
their
a plane.
Yeah.
Which I love, because every time they go in a plane, I keep thinking it's like oh, the Batwing or whatever, and then it's just like
just
this
an airplane.
big silver airplane.
Just like the Batmobile is just a car.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even think the Batwing was even in the
No,
it
not
wasn't.
at all.
No,
Not at
Batwing
all.
came
Not at
much
this time.
later in
Not
the
at
comic
this time.
books.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, hell, in the 60s, we only had the Batcopter. You know?
Wait, you're better at sounds. That's exactly what I just did. I don't know, dude. You should stick. There it is.
There we go.
There it is.
That was just it warming up.
Okay, I always forget that like, it's cold. Like, there it is. Ooh.
Get me the Bat Shark Repellent, Robin.
Yeah, I'm on it, boss.
Anyway, we will have to do that Batman the movie at some point.
I'm totally down with that.
Oh, it's so great. It'll be our third Batman thing we've done.
Riddler.
C for Catwoman. Remy and I have a running joke where we always go like Riddler, you know?
Yeah.
We're trying to like figure out something.
It's
We'll be
like-
Riddler.
It's like JG was playing a guitar. G, guitar, music. M, Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, it's a funny joke we got, and if you don't understand it, just too friggin' bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't understand our friendship.
Yeah. This is old man Remy.
What?
I don't know.
Okay, Chochum, go away.
I want
We're not doing that right now. We don't have time for this shit.
Batman.
So anyway, moving on. I'm just gonna talk over Remy. So yeah, Batman and Robin are patrolling the skies. Mm-hmm. And then Batman parachutes down.
Wait, the reason why he parachutes down is he goes like, Robin, you just keep flying the plane, and I'm gonna make a delayed landing.
Whatever the fuck that means.
So he struggles with a parachute for like 10 seconds.
And they cut away from him, and then they cut
because
back.
obviously the
he was
actor couldn't put a parachute
Yeah,
on.
Robert Lowry is having trouble, and then they cut back, and he's like has it just on,
yeah.
tight and everything,
and then he struggles with the fucking door to get outside.
he's just having a rough time.
Yeah,
You know?
it was a bad day.
Yeah.
And then he jumps out of the plane, and then it cuts to like footage from like World War II or something,
Yeah.
where it's like a paratrooper,
Yeah.
and it's like off in the distance, so you can't tell who it is. And then Batman like lands,
Yeah.
but right as he lands by the train, because they just threw the briefcase over that has the radioactive money in it.
Mm-hmm.
Right as he lands, the goons are already picking it up, and it's like,
So I think he purposefully wanted to go behind them while they were away from their car, because what he does.
track them. Oh,
Yeah, 'cause he gets in the trunk.
I guess that is smart.
Because yeah, Batman
Yeah.
then gets in the trunk while they're not by the car.
Gotcha.
To
That's why it was a
follow-
delayed landing.
Yeah, to follow where they're going.
Rather than an on-time
And
landing.
then Robin somehow just randomly lands the plane and gets in the Batmobile.
Yeah.
We just wash over
Yeah.
that. He just gets in the Batmobile. It's like, oh, okay. So he follows them. And then at one point, the goons trade the money off to another car. And then the goons in the car that had the money already, which Batman is in the
Because
trunk.
he's in the trunk.
Yeah.
And he also keeps doing little looky-loos.
Yeah, a little
'cause he's
sneaky
being super
sneak.
sneaky
Yeah.
to
Ooh,
remind us
so
that Batman's in the
sneaky.
trunk, which
He's-
is silly.
And to remind us that he is a sleuth.
yeah,
you know?
so he's so sleuthy.
He's so sleuthy. So then the goons that are in the Batman trunk car, they like jump out of the car, and
let it fucking
and
go
let it-
over
yeah.
a cliff.
But Batman jumps out of the car before it goes over the cliff.
Apparently,
No, we saw him do it.
at the same time that they jumped out.
Yeah.
So he just heard their doors open and close and was
And
like,
he's
"Oh,
like,
time
well,
to
I guess I
bail."
got to get out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Batman, Robin like comes up with a Batmobile, and Batman gets in, and they track the money. And what direction does oh wait, this is me because I'm Robin. Robin tells Batman, "Oh boss, turn to the right."
Oh, I mean, yeah.
I just love the phrasing of that, turn to the right.
So for
Like
the
instead of saying
record,
turn right up here, just be
Robin
turn to
has
the right.
this weird suitcase-shaped device in the passenger seat.
Right.
That's essentially like a Geiger counter. Also, it took me so long to remember what the fuck that's called.
It tracks the radioactive,
Yeah.
the radiation on
It's
the
it's that
on the
weird
money.
ticky device that if it's too radioactive, it goes way too high. And
Yeah.
at that point, you're already melting your face off.
Exactly.
But so he's got that. So he's like pointing it in all these directions. And then I thought, wouldn't it be so cool to have like a 1940s Robin as your GPS?
Right.
Just to be like, hey, yo, Remy, like turn to the right. I'd be like, oh, sure, dude. Like, yeah, totally. It's like, oh, Remy, there's an accident up ahead. There's a lane closed. How are we gonna get around it? Oh, I've got a new idea. Why don't you
turn to the
left?
right. Turn to the left.
Yeah.
Hey, you're at JG's house.
You've arrived at your destination. You want to go inside, boss? Maybe
I'll stay back here with the car if you want me to.
because that's all Robin ever does is
Yep.
stay with the car.
Yep. And so they follow the radiation.
Yeah.
And they find this another warehouse, this hideout in a warehouse. And Batman goes inside. Robin stays with the car.
Yeah.
And then
Like
the wizard appears behind Robin.
with a stick.
Yeah, and he whacks him with
Like
the
it's
stick.
not like a nightstick. It's not like a billy club. It's literally
Kinda
just
like
It's. You know what's that instrument that does the?
I was just about to say that. Yeah, that
it's
thing.
Not the Ripley one, but just the one that you rub against it.
Yeah.
He's got that.
That stick. Yeah,
and then he just
hits
whacks
on it.
Robin, and he's out.
Yeah, he's out. And then the wizard is gone.
And then
Batman goes inside and he ambushes, the goons inside, with cardboard boxes. He
they were
pushes
definitely
cardboard boxes onto people.
they were definitely supposed to have stuff in them, but just the physics of how they fell and stuff, it's definitely just empty cardboard
and
boxes.
then randomly the radioactive money lights on fire.
Because that's what happens when there's too much radiation.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, I would imagine that it just starts like melting and like the ink peels from the paper and then the paper crumbles.
Sure.
I don't know. Radiation is magic and it scares me.
Yes. And then,
Call me
so like
old-fashioned.
everything's going on fire, and then Nolan grabs a hammer and chucks it at at Batman. And it hits it.
Whoa, dude, spoiler alert.
Fuck! God damn it. I ruined it.
Guys, I guess you'll find out in the last episode.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm sorry, guys.
But yeah, so homeboy throws a hammer, old boy style,
At Batman and hits him in the shoulder.
Yeah.
And then Batman goes down for the count.
because his shoulder is his weakness.
Yeah, and he in fire.
And then the entire building lights on fire.
Yeah, engulfs him.
Yeah. They use Batman, Robin. And the wizard. Tons of goons smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's the 40s.
So now we've reached chapter 9, which will be the last chapter we cover in today's episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because then we still have 10 through 15, which we'll get to next week.
I'm so excited.
Me too.
I've got a belly full of excitement.
But first, we get to chapter 9, called The Wizard Strikes Back. And he actually does strike back.
also, I want to talk about the last title was Robin Meets the Wizard. Robin did not even look in the direction of the wizard.
More like Robin's head meets Wizard's club. Wizard stick. Yeah. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So, Batman escapes the fire, because that's just what he does, and he helps Robin
Because
up.
it's the start of a new episode, so
Yep.
everything's fine.
Yep, everything's just fine and dandy.
Yeah.
Just another day at the office for Batman and Robin, really. I mean, they find themselves with fires all the time and explosions, and they just walk away with no soot on their suits and no
soot in their suits and no foot on their foots.
Yeah, sure. So Batman and Robin spot a private detective named Dunn, who sounds an awfully lot like the Wizard.
Yeah. I mean, we still don't know.
But right now, let's explain more. Dunn magically appears here. And who else magically appears here? Barry Brown.
Yeah.
And then Barry tells Dunn, hey, you haven't been giving me any scoops lately.
Bum,
Bruh.
bum, bum.
Conspiracy. Dunn
Yeah.
is now like, if it's not Hamill, Dunn is my number one now.
Right.
And because how would Dunn know what's going to happen? Who knows?
But I think this kind of rules out Barry Brown. Because
Yeah,
he's
it
looking
rules
for
out.
scoops.
It rules out Barry Brown, but he's
He's still a player in it.
I think he's unknowingly a player in it.
I think that he's pulling strings. I think that he's playing a part. I think that Barry Brown is his cover.
Oh,
That's what I'm thinking. That he's got these people to like.
Also, but the other thing to think about, maybe we're thinking too deep into this. Remember, it's 1949.
Right, it was a lot less time.
Yeah. Like the fifth time we said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll never get old. So the Wizard decides now that he's going to fuck with cars.
Right.
Yeah, and he's going to stop all the cars, which he does.
Yeah.
With his machine.
I love the machine. I love all of Wizard's tech.
And
Because
then
you just look in a box and you can see whatever. But the Wizard's machine is just so crazy. I guess that's all I was saying.
It is. And so then Bruce, like, this is so random, where Gordon goes to Bruce and says, oh, Bruce Wayne. He goes to Bruce and says, Bruce, what is your opinion on this? It's like, why are you asking this
Bruce?
stupid millionaire like his opinion on police matters? He's not a police officer. He's not a detective, you know? He's just a guy. He's just a guy, you know? And Bruce says, well, I think now he's going to go after synthetic diamonds. How the fuck does he know that?
Again, with my whole diamonds thing, nobody knows how diamonds work.
Nope.
They're batteries, they make ice, they fuel.
And they're a girl's best friend, and they are forever.
That is true.
Yes. So, Vicky gets a call from Jimmy that he is in trouble, and she's going to go help him, go save him.
Yeah, and he's making this phone call while being tied to a chair?
Yeah.
And the phone's just off
at the
hook?
Harbor Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the original gang hideout. Which
Yeah.
it seems like they have steps of hideouts.
They have a ton of hideouts.
Yeah, but it seems like you
Keep moving
go
around.
like you go from one hideout to another hideout to another hideout to the
Yeah.
HQ, which is the cave.
Yeah.
It seems like they do have a little path.
It's very systematic, you know?
Yeah. So the Harbor Club is the first stop.
Yeah. And so then Vicky then goes into her dark room, because remember, she's a photographer, so she has a dark room where she develops her pictures. She goes in there, and Bruce and Dick are there, like, hanging out. And then they, like, go into her office, because they're like, oh, we hear Jimmy. She's on the phone with Jimmy. What the hell's going on? And then they realize that she hasn't come out of her office.
She's not there, yeah.
So they go in there and like, what the hell where is she?
And they open up the dark room, and she's
not in
gone.
there. Yeah. So it's like, what the
And
hell?
they never explain that.
And they do, well, maybe I think it'll come back later on in
That
other
she's got like a
episodes.
secret door.
Yeah.
Or she dives into the weird red water and then
Yeah, and
evaporates.
and then
I don't know how
teleports to
photographs
somewhere
work.
else. Yeah. She just looks at a photograph of a place she's taking a picture of and just like, appears there.
can just whoa.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, let's work on that technology.
Yeah.
Now.
The future.
Yeah, the future is now. And so then, but Bruce and Dick see like the address of the Harbor Club, and they're like, well, we gotta go there. You know, Vicky could get in trouble. So Vicky sneaks around in the Harbor Club and she frees Jimmy, and then Batman and Robin capture another goon that is there.
Yep.
Yeah, and another prisoner, as Gordon calls him. You know, it's like, oh, Batman's prisoner. Jimmy tricks Gordon into because then Jimmy's like, you know, hey, I want to get out. Here's my story. Like, I thought I was just, you know, doing a private jet kind of thing, but then I realized I'm doing bad things. So here, you should move the location of the synthetic diamonds. Like, you should move them and take them in a civilian car. So he tricks them because he's actually still working for the Wizard.
Right.
you know. This is all just part of the plan.
I love this weird scheme. I'm so into this weird loop.
Yeah. So then Batman and Robin go to investigate, and they see that the goons are chasing the diamonds, and then they get the diamonds.
Right.
The synthetic diamonds.
Which also, I love that synthetic diamonds are better than real diamonds. Because real diamonds only make ice and our batteries.
Yeah.
But synthetic diamonds have better friction, is what the wizard says.
Yeah.
Because when he tried to short out all of the cars, his machine went on the fritz. And he said that the working
Synthetic
parts
diamonds wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he said that the working parts can't handle the friction.
Yeah.
He straight up just said that.
Yeah, there's less friction then with the synthetic diamonds then.
Which...
Sure, whatever.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, so then the goons, they see Batman's chasing after them. Batman and Robin are chasing after them, so they call headquarters to the Wizard and say, hey, Batman's chasing us. You gotta stop him. So the Wizard does. He overheats the Batmobile and stops him. And then this Batman, jumps in the road and does a little, wavy dance.
Which is so funny because when he jumped out, I was like, oh, he's just gonna hitchhike. But instead, he gets in the middle of the road, grabs his cape by both ends, does a... from the right to the left, from the right to the left. And a dude stops, and I was like, oh, shit, it worked.
And this guy that they stop is, the coolest, most random character ever.
And I think he's a total hardcore badass, but he's so, wholesome at heart.
Yeah.
Just the way that he spoke.
Because, Batman and Robin were like, we need your car. And then we have a lead we got to track down. And he's...
Oh, yeah, just hop in the back.
I'm sorry, sir, but, we got to... we can't put your life in danger. You need to step out of the car.
Oh, well, danger's no problem to me, but I'm fine with that. I'll step out.
Trouble don't bother me. No.
Trouble
That's
don't bother
what he
me.
says.
That's what it is.
Which is the greatest line ever.
Yeah.
And then and they take but he gets out the car and they take his car.
And then when they take his car, he kind of dusts his hat off, puts his hat on.
He's like, well, that's cool.
Looks into the Batmobile and he's like, huh. Guess I'm just hanging out.
It's like, hey, can you guys get me a new car? One with one of them sirens and red blinky lights. I like that.
Yeah.
It's like, sure, whatever, dude. And so then, Batman and Robin go off in that car, and the goons say, hey, Wizard, they're in another car. So the Wizard's like, all right, well, I'll make sure they can't get in another car.
And he goes into his peekaboo box, sees exactly what car it is.
Yeah.
Turns his secret knobs.
Takes the wheel.
Yeah.
Literally takes the wheel.
And
like
then
Jesus.
And then Robin says,
car's out of control, boss.
Oh, well, yeah, it definitely seems like the Wizard's taking control of the car right now.
Oh, no, we're going off the cliff.
Oh, no. Oh, my God, fuck.
And that's the last episode we watched this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another great cliffhanger, literally cliffhanger. Because
that's the best
drove off
cliffhanger, I think.
Yeah.
So this is, because it's a literal cliffhanger, yeah. So, oh God, I can't wait to finish this up next week.
Oh my God. I'm going to be sad that it's going to be done.
I know. We're going to have to do more serials. This is really fun.
I mean.
And audience, if you like this, if you like these serials and you want us to do more, please let us know. If you have any favorite serials that you like, let us know, on our social media pages and whatnot, what you'd like us to see do. We do want to do The Shadow.
Which is, oh man, oh my God, I'm going to have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
The Shadow is something that I grew up with. I have cassette tapes in essentially what looks like a VHS box, but it's a collection of the Shadow.
Yeah.
And that was one of my favorite heroes growing up. And then unfortunately, just nothing happened with the Shadow. I have a few comic books of the Shadow, and then recently they've been making Shadow crosses over with Evil Dead, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so we might have to do that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, because this is really fun, and we cannot wait to come back next week with the rousing conclusion of Batman and Robin 1949.
Yeah.
Well, it is that time of the episode, ladies and gentlemen, where it is time for Ed Wood Trivia.
Bum ba bum 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 ba 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 da ba da bum. That's the one that I finally wrote, guys. It's
awesome.
Done.
All right, so Remy, here's your question this week. In 1959, Wood directed a follow-up to Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Oh, shit.
Yes, it was entitled Night of the Ghouls.
Okay.
But audiences didn't see it for 23 years. Why were audiences not able to see it for the next 23 years?
Now, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Night of the Ghouls, is that Night?
Yes, it is. Like
damn it.
night instead of as opposed to day.
Okay, because I was totally thinking like medieval.
Oh no, it's not like that.
Screws up my answer. Is it because he was like super pompous about it and it was set in a certain era and he only wanted it to come out during that year?
I wish it was, but it's much more pathetic than that.
I just can't imagine why something would be delayed that long. Okay. I've got my answer.
All right.
It's because he had to finish writing it.
I wish, but no. The real reason is because the processing lab that processed the film refused to give it to him because he could not afford to pay his bill.
Eddie, my boy. How the fuck did you keep making films?
I know, right? Oh
Every
my
single
God.
time you
It's
give
like,
me a question.
I can't pay you. It's like, well, we're not going to give you the film back then. It's ours until you can pay us. Like, oh man.
But I made it.
Yeah, and it's like, but you have to pay for us to process it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love Ed Wood. I'm slowly learning to love this guy. I knew nothing coming in at the beginning of
Now you're
Obscurities.
learning more and more every week.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Oh yeah. Well, that does it for this week's episode of Obscurities of the Silver Screen.
Oh, that's it.
I know. We'll be back next week, though, and it'll be fun as we finish out Batman and Robin.
Yeah, Batman.
Batman and Ruben.
Ruben.
Yes. All right, well, come back with the next week, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoyed this. And, hey, stay obscure.
Yeah, definitely do that one.
Hey guys, JG again. One quick word before we go. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find us at OOTSS Podcast. Again, that is at OOTSS Podcast. Make sure to send us your movie suggestions. We'd love to hear from you. If there's any weird movie that you love or maybe you've heard of and you want us to watch it, let us know. We may just watch it. Thanks again for listening, and tune in next week for another episode of Obscurities of the Silver Screen. Green. 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 Green.